Hi everyone, we use the phrase "I know" every single day. But have you ever stopped to consider that the very way we know things might be an illusion itself? Today, we are going to deconstruct very common Chinese characters to uncover this illusion regarding knowledge. Are you ready? First, I'd like you to ask yourself a question. How certain are you, really, about the things you know? Is what you see with your own eyes and hear with your own ears truly 100% the truth? This question is actually the core of our entire discussion today. To solve this riddle, the key is hidden inside a character we use every day, knowing. You might think it's just an ordinary character, but hidden behind it is an incredibly profound philosophical issue. Part 1. The Trap of Knowing. Okay, let's look at what secret lies inside the character. We say "I know" all the time. It sounds simple, right? But if we trace it back to its origins, the story is completely different. Let's break the character apart. On the left is SA, which means arrow. On the right is KO, which means mouth. The secret lies in these two parts. Look at the left side. The arrow. What feeling does an arrow give you? Speed, whoosh, it flies out instantly. This is very much like our reaction time. I see something, and snap, a thought appears in our brain. That speed is as fast as a flying arrow. On the right side, the mouth, that represents speaking, immediately defining something or giving it a name. So, look at the whole process. Your eyes see something as fast as an arrow, and your mouth immediately slaps a label on it. Oh, that's red, that's a tree. He is a good person. That is a bad thing. You see, arrow plus mouth. This process of rapid reaction and immediate definition is what we usually call knowing. Now, this process of seeing and concluding sounds normal, doesn't it? Isn't that how we recognize the world? But here comes the problem. In ancient wisdom, this is precisely a massive trap. In the Buddhist Shurangama Sutra, there is a very direct line. When knowing establishes a concept of knowing, it is the root of ignorance. What does this mean? It means that the moment our eyes or ears contact the outside world and we immediately establish a conclusion of "I know this," that action itself is ignorance of vidya. It is the beginning of being unknowing. Isn't that strange? How can knowing be the start of ignorance? Here's why. This habit of knowing immediately traps us in a state called ignorance. Note that ignorance here doesn't mean you are stupid or uneducated. Not at all. It refers to a fundamental mistake. It means we trust our eyes and feelings too much. We believe deep down, what I see is real. What I feel is a fact. We turn our subjective feelings into the world's objective truth. Let me give you an example. Think about the geocentric theory, the idea that the sun revolves around the earth. For thousands of years, everyone looked up at the sky, saw the sun rise in the east and set in the west, and they knew something. They knew the sun circled the earth. Wasn't that obvious? They saw it with their eyes. They used this type of knowing to build a complete, yet totally incorrect, view of the universe. This is a classic example of ignorance. Part 2. True wisdom. Okay, so if our everyday knowing has such huge problems, is there any hope? Is there another way? Of course, this brings us to the other protagonist of the day, true wisdom. Well, wisdom is on a completely different level. It isn't a reaction as fast as an arrow. It is the ability to see the truth of things precisely and objectively, completely unaffected by our own biases. It doesn't just see how things are now, but sees where they came from and how they might develop in the future. How do we distinguish the two? Let's do a thought experiment. Imagine you are now putting on a pair of red-tinted glasses. Okay, they're on. What are these glasses? They are the various biases in our hearts, our bad habits, perhaps our temper or our greed. Wearing these red glasses, look at the world. What color is a sheet of white paper? Red. What about a green leaf? It might look dirty, brownish. But here is the key. You don't know you're wearing glasses. So when you confidently tell everyone, "Hey, that paper is red," that conclusion is the knowing we talked about earlier. It is knowledge gained through distorted senses. So here is the difference. One side is knowing, built on subjective perception, often problematic. It is like looking at the world through colored glasses. This is the source of ignorance. The other side is wisdom, pursues total alignment with objective reality. Clear, undistorted. It is like taking off the glasses and looking with perfect vision. Part 3. How to wipe the glasses. Now the question arises. We all know we might be wearing colored glasses. How do we wipe them clean? Or better yet, how do we take them off? How do we move from the trap of knowing to the bright path of wisdom? This leads us to the concept of seeing reality as it is. In traditional cultivation practices, this path usually has 3 interesting steps. 1. Sila, precepts, discipline. This is starting with basic behavior. For example, not lying, not hurting others, doing good deeds. This step is like wiping the glasses. You are cleaning off the thickest layers of grease and dust. 2. Samadhi, concentration. Once the lenses are cleaner, you train your mind to settle down and stabilize. Stop it from wandering everywhere. This is like straightening the glasses so they aren't shaking or sliding down your nose. 3. Prajna, wisdom. Finally, when your mind or lens is both clean and stable, the 3rd step, wisdom, naturally appears. This hui is the same as the wisdom. When this wisdom begins to function, that state is called knowing reality as it is. Did you notice the word know is still there, but the phrase as it is added in front? The meaning changes completely. It means knowing something as it truly exists. The focus is no longer on rushing to label or define things. It is about cultivating a pure, unfiltered power of observation. In the end, it completely changes how you view knowing. True knowing is no longer I am here, looking at that object over there. It's no longer a subject-object duality. It becomes a deep integration. You and the thing you observe seem to become one. No you, no me. It sounds abstract, I know, but that is the realm of wisdom. We've talked a lot today from knowing to wisdom, from geocentrism to red glasses. But the most important thing is to bring it back to ourselves. Each and every one of us really is wearing a pair of glasses. These glasses are forged, bit by bit, from our past experiences, our habits, and our thoughts. They are unique to you. So today, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. What color are the glasses you are wearing?